Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph or Niramas, and I'm here today with Drako. It's time for us to play some River, the River from Days of Wonder, where we will go out and try to gather some resources to build buildings and sort of expand our little pioneer settlement that we have down here. And we're going to send our guys up the river all the way over to the different islands where we can pick up resources, build buildings, and so on. We have our lovely little ships here. I'm going to be the black player since there was no red in this game. But Drako, he is the green player. And as you can see, the Drako Meeple, the glass Drako Meeple is actually on the boat as well, taking care of those. I mean, he's probably the captain or something. I don't know what Drako's making up over there. Anyhow, I am going to be the first player. The first thing that happens in the game before we get started is that the player to the right of the first player, which in this case is Drako, he's going to get to select one of these buildings to start a building so we can get started. He could go for this warehouse, basically, where you can store 3 different goods. Or you could go for having some more stone production and storing one. Or some clay production and storing one. I think he's going to go for this one. He wants to get more clay there. So he's going to put it down here at the his starting spot. And then I am going to put out... I'm going to take this one for stone and some storage and put it on my starting spot here. We're also going to set up some cards over here. Some sort of basically building, schemes where something we can plan to build. We could go for this little water mill here that costs 3 lumber and 3 clay. Will give us 5 points. The mill here with 3, 1 and 2, 6 points. And we have the 10 pointer here, whatever that little house is. But it's quite expensive. So we have that out there. We're going to also remove the tile that nobody chose, and we're going to fill up here with new tiles out here. And as you can see, they have different types of terrain, and that could be important later on here because, like, my first one here is a forest, and what I want to get later on here is I want to get columns of the same type of terrain. So I want to get a forest here and a forest here. Or maybe I could go and do the switch up and switch tiles later on, because that will give us points in the end game. And I really like how these little tiles, they have the river there and they match in there, and yeah, so it looks nice. Really good components in this game. I must mention also that we have food. We have these little turkey meeples. Look at that. So cute. Really cool stuff. Drako wants to eat them, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to be the first player. I will take one of my little dudes from my boat, and they will go somewhere to do something. So I think here in the beginning, I think I will gather some stone. Now there's only one spot here for gathering stone. So I go there. I will also block Drako. It's classic worker placement. And the interesting thing here is the amount of stone I get when I go there is determined with my production on my board. So I have 1 stone resource here that I just picked up. And I had 1 from the beginning, which means I get 2 stone when I go there. So I get my 2 stone, and now I have to place these also in a storage area. So I have, like there, I can place some stone, which is also a bit of a twist on a lot of resource gathering games. You have to place it somewhere. You can't just have it on the side of your board. And also the resources are finite. So once these stones here are taken, there's no more stone to get. So that's an interesting twist to the game as well, as you will see later on. Now it is Drako's turn. One thing you could do at the start of your turn before you place your worker is that you could trade 3 goods of any kind to get 1 food, because the food, the turkeys, are like wild cards. But I don't think, it's going to take a while before any of us have that amount. But you might need to do that later on. So I think Drako, he did pick up a extra clay here, and he has a clay on his board. So he'll just go over here and grab 2 clay. And he has to place them down in his storage units. So I guess he'll just place it like this. And everyone starts with 1 stone, 1 clay, and 1 lumber on their board already. Then it is my turn. And, well, I think I want to grab another. Yeah, I think I'm going to grab another of these tiles. So when I go out here, there's 2 spots for me and 2 spots for Drako, basically. So we can't block each other here. So I'll go here to, I guess this is my place. And I can take any of these tiles and add that to my river. Yeah, I'm going to grab this one here. This is a bit special. This is a permanent ability. So at the end of each round, I will get 1 lumber. This is not a lumber in production wise. It's also worth 2 points at the end of the game. And I'm going to take that one, I'm going to place it down. You have to place it down next step here. You have to go down the river like this. I have to place it down there. But I didn't cover anything up, so the first time it's free basically. Next time I get a tile, I will cover up this wood here, so you have to be considerate of that. And let's see, I think Drako is going to... He's going to go over here, because here he can reserve one of these building cards for later. And, you know, one thing is, of course, he's reserving it, which means that I can't grab it. But also, it means that he can build it with, when he goes to build this one later on, then he get a discount of 1 on one of these resources. So that's also a reason why you want to reserve cards. So he's going to put it down over here. He should put it face down, but we'll just put it out there so that he has that one for later. Then it's my turn again. And I'm going to grab another tile, I think. Here in the beginning, I think that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, I could pick up some lumber, but I only get 1. I'm going to go grab another tile. And I think I will grab, I do want some more clay, so I'm going to grab this clay tile here. And as I said earlier, now I will lose that lumber placement, but then again I get the lumber at each cleanup phase anyway, so I think that's okay. I'm going to go like that. And then it is Draco's turn. I think he wants some tiles as well, so I think he'll send one guy over here, and he's going to take this one that will produce the lumber, but also 3 storage. That's a really good tile for him. He's going to place it down like that. And then my final worker, if I want to build, I will go over here, but I can't build anything yet. I only have 2 stone. I would like to get some clay, but of course that is already taken. I could get some food, because that's like an infinite symbol there. Any number of workers can go there. So I guess that's something I could go for. I think I'll do that. I'll go over here and I grab one of these turkeys. And that's a wild card. So I can stand in for something else. And I have to place it in my storage down there. And then it is Draco's turn. And I guess he will take... Let's see, should he take another tile? Because remember, he needs for his mission here, or his like plans, he needs some lumber, and yeah, I think he'll go take the lumber, because he has 2 symbols down here, which means he'll pick up 2 lumber, and he will have to place it down like this maybe, because of his 1, 2 lumber symbols. If you play a 3 or 4 player game, you switch this board around and things change, so it's a very good adaptive game for different number of players. Even the player boards, these are the 2 player sides of the player boards. They have a 3 and 4 player sides. Not often you see that the actual player board changes with the number of players, but I really like that. But that was the end of the round. We have both done our all our workers. The glass Draco meeple can't go, of course, he's just staying there. And now we are going to do the cleanup. And in the cleanup here, we are going to leave those cards that were out there. We are going to, well, we're going to remove, return our workers, of course. We're going to add another one because Draco took one, and we have, oh, this was fairly cheap, 4 stone and 1 lumber. That might be something I would go for. And I'll grab my guys back as well. And then we will, over here, we will remove the tiles that were left and nobody took. And we will put up new tiles. And of course, I will also have my special ability, so I will get 1 lumber here at the end game. There we go. So I'll get 1 lumber, and I have to place it somewhere. I think I'll just put it here. And then we go into the second round and just keep going. The game ends when someone has built 4 buildings, because when you build a building you will slide it in under here, or when someone has built all their river tiles all the way down there. We'll see how that goes. Now it is my turn again. I'm still the first player, because nobody took the first player spot. If Draco had taken that, then he would have been the first player now, but I don't think he thought that was worth it, so... And you know what? I think I will grab stone again. No, now I only have... Well, yeah, I have 2 stone symbols. I'll grab the stone. So that's my 2 stone. I'll put it down in storage like that. Then it is Draco's turn, and remember, he needs some more lumber, or he needs more clay. Or lumber. But he can see that I can produce 2 clay, but no lumber right now. So he's going to take the clay spot, of course, to block me, and take 2 clay. And he's going to place it down in his storage unit down here. Then it is my turn, and now I have enough stuff to actually build something. So I'm going to go over to the build spot, and any number of pawns can go over there. I'm going to build this little hut or whatever it is, little barn. So I'm going to pay 4 stone, which I do have. I'll return those to the stone gathering spot, and 1 lumber as well. And I don't get any discount now because I built straight from the display of cards. If I had reserved this earlier on like Drako did, then I would have gotten a discount of 1. But this will give me 4 points at the end game. But mostly important, I will slide it in like this to hide the points, so Drako don't remember later on how much points I have. But it will also give me the top of these stack here. I will give 6 points for this, and the next person to build a building will get 5 and so on. And I'll put this face down like that. Now, it's not really hard for Drako to know what that is because, yeah, you know. But anyhow, so I have my points there, I have my points there. So a total of 10 points for building that. And next time I build a building, I will do the same here, and I will actually get my 5th worker out as well. Because I will lose some workers. When I build something down here, I will lose a worker. He will stay there for the rest of the game and, you know, live there. So you do want to get that extra worker. But that was my turn. Now it is Draco's turn. And I think, well, Drako does want to build as well. But he's in no hurry because he's already reserved this. So maybe he should grab some resources instead. And he does have 2. Yeah, he has 2 lumber. Yeah, he's going to go over here. He's going to grab 2 more juicy lumber. I really like these little lumber meeples. They look so nice. I really like how they, you know, put some effort into it. It's just not the standard, you know, 1 brown wooden thingy. It's a little bit more love in that component. There he goes, 2 more lumber. Then it's my turn. And where do I go now? Well, I think I could. I might go over here and grab another tile actually. And there's some special ones out here, like this one will give 1 point per clay production you have at the end of the game, 3 max. Yeah. Well, I think I want more stone. I'm gonna take this one. Now when I take it, my turkey is standing over here, but I can move him, so I can move him somewhere else. I can put this down. I lose 1 storage, but I get another stone production unit. So now I have 3 stone. So if I go to the stone space, I get 3 stone. That's really nice. Now it is Draco's turn, and now I think he is going to build from his reserved card there. So he's going to go over here. Now he can remove. I think it makes sense for him to just pay 2 wood then. So he's going to pay 2 wood instead of 3 because he gets 1 discount, and then he pays 3 clay. Like that. And he's going to get to place this down over here. Like that. And that's 5 points plus another 5 points here. So he basically made 10 points as well on his first building. And now we built 1 building each. So the race is on. Whoever builds 4 buildings first is going to trigger the end of the game basically. And then we count the points. So it's my last action here. I think I will go for... Oh, I don't want to build another tile because then I will lose a worker. So you want to wait a bit with that. So should I grab another? Could grab another turkey actually, because then that is a wild card. So that is good. Grabbing that, putting it down with the other one. Sadly, they don't breed though. Then it is Draco's turn. And I think Drako wants another tile. Or does he? No, he wants to reserve another building because he did like that reserving. So that he got a discount. And let's see, he has, if he gets this one, he could go for 3 wood and 2 clay. He doesn't even have to have the stone because he will get that discount of 1. I think he will reserve that one for later. And that was the second round, and now we do the cleanup. And this is how the game continues. It's very simple in a way. It's really a gateway worker placement game. We just keep going like this, building buildings. Whoever gets the most points at the end of the game wins. You have some special tiles, of course, over here that can give you points as well. Like this one gives 1 point for each of this kind of tile, this sort of grassland tile. So you could go for some combo here with this and that. Also in the end game, you do want to have, as I mentioned, you want to have like this. You want to have a set. If you have 2, that's 2 points. If you have 3, that's 6 points. In that column, you want to have the same kind of terrain. If you don't have that, if you have something like, I don't know, this, then you can go to this space over here where you get to move, you know, shuffle these around like that in the end game so that you get the most points out of it. And yeah, it's really fun little gateway, easy to play game, and it's nice to have one of these in between these heavy games that I usually play. So I do enjoy The River, and thank you so much for watching this quick run through. If you liked the video, please click the like button as well. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe down there, and also click the bell symbol so you will get notifications from YouTube when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening or morning, or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye bye.
Be like Drako. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas.